Yes, good evening, sir. I am Maria Eileen Lau, and I'm going to present about the topic of fiber optics technology. So now I'm going to give you some introduction about this fiber optics. We hear about fiber optics cable whenever people talk about the telephone system, the cable system, or the internet. We are increasing ability to transmit more information quickly and over longer distances. So an optical fiber or fiber is a glass or plastic fiber that carries light along its length. Fiber optics is overlap of applied science and engineer. So usually, some of the internet company like Globe or Converge, diba, they are offering their product about the fiber internet, so because they are using fiber optic cables. So what are fiber optics? So let us give the definition first. What is fiber optics? So fiber optics or optical fibers are long, thin strand of very fair glass about the diameter of a human hair. So ganun siya kanipis. So they are arranged in bundles called optical cables and used to transmit light signals over long distances. So fiber optics, so siya yung nagtatransmit ng large amount of data at a very high speed. So, mas mabilis siya if you're going to compare about sa copper wire. So, this technology is therefore widely used in the internet cable. So, as you compared to traditional copper wires, fiber optic cables are less bulky, lighter, more flexible, and carry more data. So here the structure of fiber optics. So the outer is what we call the outer jacket. So jacket, so ibig sabihin siya yung nagko-cover. Then we do have plastic buffer, glass cladding, and glass core. So core, when you say core, it is on the center. So when you say core, central, tube of a very thin size made up of optically transparent dielectric medium and carries the light from transmitter to receiver. When we say cladding or cladding, is this the outer optical material surrounding the core having reflecting index lower than core. It helps to keep the light within the core throughout the phenomena of total internal reflection. So, buffer coating naman tayo. So, when you say coating, siya yung nagko-cover. So, plastic coating that nagpo-protect siya the fiber made of silicone rubber. So, usually, if you're going to notice some of the wiring to these, ang mga fiber internet. So, parang rubberize yung outer niya, di ba? So, aside from sa outer jacket, these optical fiber are arranged in bundles in optical cable. So, these bundles are protected by the cable's outer covering, and that's called jacket. So, let us give you some history about the optic fiber. So, in 1880, Alexander Graham Bell transmit sound waves over beam of lights. 1930, TV image through uncoated fiber cables. So, few years later, image through a single glass fiber. So, na-mention na rito yung fiber. So, 1951, flexible fiber scope. So, usually ito ginagamit na sa mga medical application or medical purposes. In 1956, the term fiber optics used for the first time. So, noong 1935 lang, no? So, nagkaroon siya ng optics, no? Noong in 1956. So, laser invented in 1960. So, yung cladded fiber naman, for radio communication medium noong 1967. Then, around 1970 to 1980, nagkaroon ng high quality sources and detectors. So, in 1990, nagkaroon na daw ng deployment of SONET system. So, what is SONET? Ito yung mga synchronous optical network na standard siya for connecting fiber optic transmission system na propose kasi ito na kung saan is nag-define siya ng interface standards at the physical layer of the open system interconnection. So we do have types of optical fibers. We do have material use, mode of transmission, and refractive index profile. So under material use, we do have glass fiber and plastic fiber. So glass, babasagin. Plastic made of plastic. So mode of transmission, we have single mode and multi-mode. And then refractive is with the index, step, and graded. So modes of fiber, the optical fiber have two modes. We do have single mode and multi-mode. So when we say single mode cable is a single strand of glass fiber with a diameter of 8.3 to 10 microns that has one mode of transmission. So single mode fiber gives you the higher transmission rate and up to 50 times more distance than the multi-mode, but it also costs more. So single mode fiber has a much smaller core than multi-mode. So pagka single mode, you're going to compare the structure of the multi-mode from single mode. Mas maliit yung center niya, yung central niya, if you're going to compare to multi-mode. So when you say multi-mode, multi-mode cable is made of glass fiber with common diameters of 50 to 100 micron range. So kung sa single mode is 8.3 to 10 microns lang siya. Sa multi-mode is 50 to 100. So naggi-give siya ng high bandwidth at a high speed over medium distances. However, in a long cable run, so greater than 3,000 feet, multiple paths of light can cause signal distortion at the receiving end, resulting in an unclear and incomplete data transmission. So, mas less expensive siya kaysa kay single. So, may tendency na meron din siya mga naging problema. Kumbaga, quality niya. But it's still nagagamit pa din siya. So how fiber optics is made? So three steps are involved in the manufacturing of the fiber optics, which are given below. So we do have making a preformed glass cylinder, drawing the fibers from the preform, and testing the fiber. So when it comes to application of fiber optic communication, so we do have input data and output data. So ano ba yung nangyayari inside before itong input data, kung ano yung pinasok natin, is yung kalalabasan sa output data. So because of the transmitter, with the use of electricity or light source, through what a fiber optic cable, nade-detect siya, nagkakaroon ng nade-detect. So, kaya nare-receive ni receiver. So that's what we call nagkakaroon na tayo ng output data because of using a fiber optic cable. So yung process naman of fiber optic communication na we do have transmitter and receiver. So under transmitter and receiver, of course, we're going to use electricity with the use of light. So kay transmitter kasi and receiver, they are both connector. Yung connector na yun na glass fiber, that's what we call fiber optic. So, ito yung modulator niya sa transmitter, ito si amplifier naman sa receiver. So, with the use of light source and the glass fiber, nagkakaroon ng connection, nagkakaroon ng detection with the use of light sensor. So, yung application na naman, aside from dun sa sinabi ko, na fiber optics have wider range of application in almost all field. So, some are being specified below. So, number one, in telecommunication field. Number two, in space application. Number three, broadband application. Number four, computer application. Five, in medical application. And in military application. So, may advantages and disadvantages din when it comes to using of fiber optics. So number one is the life of fiber is longer the copper wire if you're going to compare, okay? The number two, handling and installation cost of fiber optics is very nominal. Number three, it is unaffected with electromagnetic interference. Number four, anti-radiation in fiber optics lower than coaxial cable or twisted pair. So, di ba usually pagka mga wire is meron tayong mga negative and positive. So, possible talaga is because of the electricity, nagkakaroon tayo ng kuryente. While if you're going to use the fiber optics, so walang ganun nangyayari. So number six, this does not radiate energy and antenna or detector cannot detect enhance provide signal security. So usually, di ba, if you're, pagka sa mga is nagkakaroon ng parang, usually pagka yung if you're going to use the monotone, di ba, parang nangaagaw ng signal because of your using not a fiber optic fiber, while the sa fiber wala siya nagkakaroon, hindi siya nagkakaroon ng parang mga interaction na nangyayari. So, na-avoid yun. So when it comes to disadvantage naman, number one, highly skilled staff would be required for maintenance. If you, bakit nasasabi yun? Di ba tayo usually pagka gumamit tayo ng copper wire because we are knowledgeable enough when it comes to negative and positive, pag nagko-connect siya, kayang-kaya natin siya. While if you're going to use the fiber optics, you are not allowed to fix that kasi napaka-sensitive kasi niya eh. So, hindi siya basta-basta talaga yung gusto mo lang, no. Actually, I tried, but nasira lang talaga siya. So, number two, only point-to-point working is possible on fiber optics. So, there are certain um, working or point of working na pwede lang talaga ang fiber optics. So, number three is precise and costly instrument would be required for costly if underutilized. And last is jointing fiber and splicing or splicing is also of time consuming. So, thank you for listening. Once again, I hope that I'm able to discuss properly at least about the history, the introduction, and also how it works, and also the application about this fiber optic technology. Thank you.